Hello everyone, and welcome to the intro of Inner Child Healing. I am Master Tatiana, and today I'm actually utilizing my platform for many of my students and for those that are curious in understanding inner child healing, the steps, why do we need it, and how could we recognize the signs that we need to do the inner child work. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make this video as short as I can because this is also an introduction to the upcoming inner child course that I'm going to be facilitating in August. Okay, it's going to be online as well as virtual. So yesterday I had introductory to inner child healing in person at my work facility, and it was really good. I gained a lot from it, as well as so many of the participants, and it was really nice to see how people came in and how people left. We did somatic exercises, movements, and for those that do not know, this was created by Peter Levine. He is a therapist and he is a genius. And although the term is it's fairly new, I would say, is the practice is not. Okay, it's something that I have practiced a lot within my practice here where I work at, as well as things that have been passed on ancestral wise, right? Basic things that we naturally do as humans. So what he did, which I thought was super genius, he actually studied animals and their behaviors during state of survival, fight and flight. And he was able to see how they behave when a predator was coming, what were their reactions, and he was able to utilize that to create this science, right, to help us manage our nervous system. Okay, so yesterday we talked about it, and we actually did a lot of the movements. So a lot of the movements that we did corresponds to things that we do when we are in these emotional states. Okay, I'm trying to push back because I don't want you guys to see like half my head. So we spoke about the wounded child. Okay, so of course when we were children we went through so many things, right? And those so many things created a protective mechanism to guide us to the rest of our existence, right? However, you know, we come into this space where we learn, right? And we are to now unlearn, okay? And especially if it's not serving us, right? Because ultimately children are here to help us wake up to our purpose and to our mission, and guide us to our mission, let's put it like that. So when we say inner child, many times people limit it to, oh, this was when I was a child, past tense, as if this child no longer exists. Okay, and unfortunately, as we get older, right, of course we are changing in forms. However, that little self still exists. It's just invisible. We just can't see it, right? However, it's unfolding through different experiences. It unfolds through our physical condition. It unfolds through our habit. It unfolds in our emotions. It unfolds in our thoughts, okay? Because we went through certain things in life, and so we create particular narratives, right? And so many times we try to change the narrative in order for us to change our lives, right? But I'm sorry to say to you all that that's not how it works, okay? When it comes to inner child work, it's more than just changing the narrative. It's really addressing the core issue. It's getting to the root of it. And many times it's hard for us to identify the roots, okay? So through energy work, which yours truly here is an energy practitioner, through energy work, we get down to the root. Whether we understand what it is or we don't, but we get down to the root, right? And so I shared a little bit of the wounded child in the four stages of the wound, okay, of the wounded child. So I'm going to be looking at my computer here for I can keep on track, okay? I hope you don't mind, okay? So guys, we have the guilty wound, the guilt wound, okay? So this right here is a child that usually feels sorry or bad. And this is not only the child, right? As an adult, this is also traits that we also embody, okay? So doesn't like to ask for things, okay? Use guilt to manipulate because most likely they were raised with that tactic, okay? Their family, their caretakers use manipulation to get what they wanted, okay? And so they became masters of it. Is afraid to set boundaries, and oftentimes that is because they cross boundaries as well, okay? Normally attract people who make them feel guilty, okay? So most of the time this individual will probably disappoint you a lot. And it naturally brings up that energy, and it's not the energy that we really want, guys, okay? So now we have the abandoned child, okay? And this is the wounded abandoned child. Feels left out, okay? Fear being left, hate being alone, codependent, okay? And when I say codependent, this is the person that could be very clingy and needy. And even though they can also be detached or expect to not be noticed, they still feel like they need to be around people, so they cannot stand being alone, okay? Sometimes they may threaten to leave, but they won't ever leave. Or sometimes they do, to try to see how much you miss them or how much you will pull them back, but they usually not that far, okay? Normally attract emotionally unavailable people. Wow. Okay, usually this wounded child, it attracts the guilt wound, okay? Someone that can easily manipulate them, and they may also feel like they're being manipulated a lot, even as an adult, okay? Remember, we're growing up here. All right, so the fourth one, I'm sure many people can relate to, and this is the trust wound. So this one is afraid to be hurt, okay? Doesn't trust themselves. Find ways to not trust people. So they're going to challenge you. They're going to test you. So this is a wounded person that will want to see, do you keep your word? Are you practicing what you preach? Okay? Feels insecure and needs a lot of external validation. Doesn't feel safe. Their stability is also compromised most of the time. Normally attract people who won't make you feel safe, or they lack stability. Interesting. For some of us can relate. I hope so. All right, and so the last one is the neglect wound. This is the neglect inner child, okay? So the points here are: struggle to let things go, have low self-esteem, get angry easily. And this is their way of having you pull away from them. Okay? Struggle to say no, suppress emotions, normally attract people who don't appreciate them or don't make them feel seen. Okay? So this is really, really heavy, guys, because this neglected child really doesn't feel worthy. It doesn't feel like it's worth anything at all. At all, you know. And I once heard a beautiful soul say, you know, that when we hurt our children, you know, our children don't stop loving you. They stop loving themselves. And that really, really resonated with me, because it's so true, right? And so that wounded child is always trying to show you that they care and that they are there. They right here, I'm right here, I'm right here, right? But we have such a big head that we created due to our experiences. And so this big head is known as the ego, okay? And so the ego creates this stubbornness that doesn't allow us to break free, okay? And when the mind is not healed, then the energy body is also not healed. And when the energy body has a lot of heaviness and soreness, then it also affects our body. Many times we like to believe that it is our body that gets the blow first, but it's totally the opposite. It's the mind. From the mind, that's why we need to heal the mind. It comes down to your energetic body, okay? And then from there, it comes out. It pours out through the physical body, guys. Yeah. And so yesterday, after talking about this, we did the somatic movements, where we played out anger, we played out sad, we played out joy, we played out curiosity, and we were able to relax our nervous system, calm our nervous system, and then feel safe to go through the process of doing the cleaning internal. Okay, this whole body is memory, guys. Whole body is memory. And so what I do, I come in to guide and to support you all in allowing those memories to come to the surface and let them go. Okay, but we're not getting rid of them. What we're doing, we are going to transmute them. We're going to use energy here. So we're going to transmute these memories, right, into light and bring them back to their origin, because everyone has a beginning where they're pure and light. So we do just that. And as we do that, we are burning impurities. Yeah. And so after, you feel much lighter. Then what I do is that I teach you your right and left connection to get connected with the inner child energetically. Okay? And so as we start to do that, we start to let go. So as we start to let go, we're no longer afraid. Because ultimately what we're trying to do is we're trying to protect that part of us that we feel that it's broken. Okay? And we are afraid to allow ourselves to feel, because we weren't taught that feeling is a part of life. We weren't taught that emotions are normal. We were taught to disguise, to suppress, right? I think most of us have, okay? So I really hope that I gave you guys a little bit of something relating to the importance of doing the work, okay? The signs, I'm going to link a video that I did in 2020 of the signs of healing the inner child. And there you can see some more, but for now I will share with you guys that many signs, it comes through our condition. So if you are perfect in health, have no condition, right, you still need inner child work, because I'm sure that there's other ways that the inner child is showing up for you. Okay, so I would like to invite you guys to this training that I'm going to have in August. I will put the link information. I will put also my email where you can type and text, that you can email me letting me know that you want the information, to register. So I look forward to seeing you guys there, and I look forward to us ending this year in a lighter note. Honestly, in a lighter note. We know that this year is in its mental phenomenon stage, so many of us are really seeing things and hearing things that are not necessarily there, but we are experiencing these things. So it's important for us to have the proper tools on how to recognize our state and how to return to our true state. So I hope that you guys can join for August. The first week of August is going to be 5 weeks on Wednesdays online, but also on Saturdays in person. If you can, I hope to see you guys there. And if you want more questions answered, please do not hesitate to leave a comment. Thumbs up this video. And another bonus, guys, I hope I'm not being long-winded, but I'm going to talk about the inner child with the life path numbers real soon. That's going to be one of the trainings that we're going to have when we do the inner child. You're going to be able to understand how they all play together. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go. Ayo, bye.